The Pittsburgh Steelers, led by, in my opinion, Hall of Fame coach Mike Tomlin, last week they played the Indianapolis Colts. And, well, while they got blown out, that wasn't the actual story of the day. George Pickens seemed to have purposely missed an assignment, a blocking assignment, toward the end of the game. Well, after that, the backlash was swift and heavy, coming from the likes of the former Steelers head coach, I believe, Bill Cowher, Antonio Brown, Ryan Clark, and a host of others that dragged this man, figuratively speaking, because of his seeming lack of discipline and play. Well, this week they were up against the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Steelers are still in the playoff hunt. Last week they were 7-7 coming into yesterday's game, and well, George Pickens made a statement, and we're going to get into his stats and what happened with the Steelers yesterday because of George Pickens. On that note, welcome to Normieville.
I can't say anymore. I'm probably already in trouble for mentioning it to a, we call you normies.
As you can see here, the sportingnews.com. The title reads, George Pickens stats today. Steelers wide receiver makes statement with huge game versus the Bengals. And they needed that because if not, they might have been out of the playoff hunt. So let's give the Steelers a round of applause. Let me find my applause here. Where is it? There we go. I give them a round of applause because all the brouhaha going on right now that Mike Tomlin may or may not be leaving the Steelers after this year, which I believe that has now been debunked as of yesterday, I believe. Well, George Pickens had a very big game yesterday, which caused him to win the game via I believe Mason Rudolph and company. Let's read this article and figure out how George Pickens was able to turn things around this week versus last week. Let's read. Former Georgia wide receiver George Pickens had been the subject of controversy due to his lack of hustle on the field and the way he handled the topic with the media, which head coach Mike Tomlin took the time to address, but it's safe to say he should be back in everyone's good graces after the performance he put on Saturday. Indeed, Pickens recorded a standout performance in Saturday's dominant 34-11 victory over the Bengals, one of the biggest factors empowering the offense as he left it all out on the field in the form of 4 receptions for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
It's by far his best of the season in terms of yards and touchdowns as the Steelers quickly quieted the Bengals with 3 first-half touchdowns. One of those came from Pickens and included an 86-yarder that was the longest touchdown the Steelers have had since Week 12 of 2018 season, with Ben Roethlisberger found Juju Smith-Schuster for a 97-yard score. Yes, I was watching that game last night myself, well until, I'll say, the bottom of the third quarter, and the Steelers showed out. Indeed, George Pickens had some very electrifying catches via Mason Rudolph. They connected very well last night, and I have to say, like I said, George Pickens was turning this around because, again, his lack of hustle, I would say, seemingly he purposely missed his assignment, talking about he didn't want to get injured, the fact that Mike Tomlin had to defend him, so he had to defend him in a way that kind of, it made him look bad. You know, a lot of people are talking about the culture of the Steelers, you know, and how this wasn't Pickens' first time probably doing this, so it came off, like I said, he called out a backlash, and the whole team, you know, just in general, because of their lack of, you know, winning over the last few, you know, seasons, post-Roethlisberger era. And so, while I believe that the criticism was warranted, Pickens turned around, like I said. Pickens received plenty of positive reaction for his performance, completely flipping his narrative after several knocked him when he appeared to give up on a play in the fourth quarter of the team's Week 15 game against the Colts. Again, they got blew out that game. George is a talented guy, but he's growing and growing in a lot of ways regards to football and life, Tomlin said about the incident after it happened via ESPN. We don't run away from that. We run to that organizationally when we draft guys. Organizationally, I'm sorry, big word. We're committed to being a component of their growth and development in all areas. The Bulldog product had previously slammed the media for the comments on him not blocking for his teammate to avoid the Tank Dell type of situation. Again, He seemingly purposely missed the play, but his excuse was he didn't want to get injured. If you watch the play, which I believe I played a snippet of it in the beginning of this video, he likely would have got blasted probably, but a lot of people said that, hey man, but that's still your position because if you hadn't got blasted, maybe he would have got blasted. So essentially, you kind of gave yourself up so that way he could catch the hit when it's really supposed to be you. I mean, no, I'm a soldier personally. I'm a retired Army soldier. And well, to be honest with you, in war, you're supposed to take the shrapnel for your friend, right?
You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play, to lay down on a wire and let the other guy crawl over you.
I think I would just cut the wire.
So you stepping out of the way, that's kind of cowardice, and that's how a lot of people took it. I didn't want to get injured, Pickens told reporters. When you stay in and block somebody, you can get run on very easily. Everybody's mad when you lose. A lot of media guys want to say it's my frustration, but it's losing. I'm pretty sure everyone is mad, not just me. That caused some backlash from Tomlin as well as for the way Pickens carried himself. Quote, when you're winning and doing your jobs, a lot of attention is on things such as that, Tomlin said. When you're not doing your job and losing, you better keep your damn mouth shut and understand that that attracts a certain type of attention as well. And usually that's a vulture-like attention, okay? Like I said, Pickens seemingly redeemed himself. I'm glad he did, because if they had lost this week, it would have made him look made him look even worse. Now I'm pretty sure, like I said, his stats last week and stats this week were like night and day, okay? And especially for people that had Pickens on their fantasy team, I think like last week he got like 7 points, and this week he got like 32, 35 points. So again, he came back in a lot of areas and made a lot of people happy. I hope that he doesn't have this type of incident again. And to be fair, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that have missed assignments purposely like this on the field. But of course, when you're losing, and to be honest with you, when you get caught red-handed on camera, well, you can't explain it. And of course, you can say, well, I didn't want to get injured, blah, blah. But the fans, some of the players that might have saw it or might have saw it afterwards, they didn't want to hear that, okay? So you made excuses, which you had to because you were on a hot seat. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this has happened to a lot of players in every sport, especially football. I'm sure there's a lot of players have done this. But he got caught. And, well, when you get caught, you got to hold the L. But I hope that, move forward, the Steelers can stay in the playoff hunt. George Pickens can continue to rack up the touchdowns and everything that he needs to help his team push forward. And, yeah, don't let it happen again. Thank you for attending another episode of Normieville. You know me, I'm just a normie here to bring you the latest and greatest in sports news, entertainment, and politics. Let me know what you think about this redemption story of George Pickens from last week to this week down in the comment section. And please, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell on your way out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.